Hello everybody, welcome to the Cosmic Havens Tarot. I'm Callie, here to give you your weekly money reading. So if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and if you would like to book a reading, go to my website linked down below. So today we are going to be using the Dragon Tarot, since it's now the year of the dragon for the Chinese Lunar New Year. So I am very excited about that. All right. And so, first off, we got the Two of Coins. So, starting off the week, you might see a little bit of unbalance within yourself. Having to weigh between money decisions is going to be huge. What aligns with you spiritually and what aligns with your physical reality. And so, really see where your standards of integrity are, your personal integrity. And if these opportunities correspond with you, then absolutely go for them. If these money opportunities don't, then be willing to let them go. But it really is this weighing of the two choices, what you are going to do with your financial career. And Nine of Swords. So it seems like there's a little dense fog, a lot of self-doubt for some people. And this is just because you're used to being in a certain mindset about money, and for some people this may be leaving a job and starting something new, perhaps going off on your own and running your own business. And so there's a lot of doubt and fear about embarking on this new adventure that's really going to fulfill your soul far more than your previous position did. But the mind and the body are so used to being in this environment, and perhaps you have made incredible bonds, but they're just really no longer serving you. So take time to really care and love on yourself and be willing to do what's right for you. And then Two of Cups. So then we've got the Two of Cups, which is balancing the emotions. And it really, I'm seeing a lot of emotional fulfillment. Like a lot of you are going to be able to break away from those situations that aren't really serving you anymore by the midweek. And so really tap in and do what makes you happy. And even though, so you're going to choose this path that brings you happiness, and it's going to be a slow start. We got the Eight of Wands here in reverse, so it's going to be a slow start. You're going to have to put a lot of work in, and people might not get back to you the way you want to. There might be some delays financially, and you're like, okay, so why is all this stuff being delayed? But it's to give you perseverance, give you patience and strength. So allow that inner fire to keep burning and move forward. And this is really going to make you wise and make you, in the long run, be able to advise other people who are going through the same situation. Like, just wait it out. We've got this Hierophant here. So wisdom in structure and really being a leader of whatever craft it is you are doing. So allow yourself to go through these trials and tribulations, because this is going to let your soul really strengthen, really toughen up and shine through. And Eight of Coins. So it's going to be a lot of meticulousness and fine-tuning your craft. So look at every aspect of your craft, from, being able to enjoy it every single day, to learning the ins and outs of the business, and also other opportunities and ways it can provide you with passive income. So taking time to really map out a plan and lay this foundation, and that's going to be more midweek where you are laying this foundation and saying like, okay, these things, I'm in this for the long haul. So let me make this 6-month plan, then let me make this 1-year plan, and keep making these plans that are going to build up and set these goals for yourself. Because when you have that foundation, the money is going to want to come through. The people are going to want to work with you. So really get centered, lay out a plan, learn the ins and outs of every aspect of your endeavor, because people need this in the long run, and they're going to feel safe coming to you. Yeah, and so then the Page of Cups. So for some of you, this might be a lot of therapeutic type things, maybe into holistic therapies and counseling, really being there and being this open door and this person people can come to with their problems and with their emotions. And so really taking time to learn this empathy, to learn this patience, to learn this resilience, because people are frustrated at this time. The financial state of the world is not the best right now. People are stressed about that. People are stressed about, their relationships, things like that. There's a whole upheaval happening right now. So really being able to stay persistent and stay resilient and still maintain that sense of openness and sense of I can be here as a support to people is really what's going to help your business flourish. And for a lot of you, I am seeing some sort of counseling type thing, therapy, psychology, holistic endeavors where you're just helping, perhaps life coaching people, but really being that emotional support for people when they feel like they have none. And then the Sun in reverse. So really take time to take care of yourself, because as you're listening to people, as you're helping people, this is going to be a drain on your energy, especially if you are already feeling like you don't have enough energy and there's this scarcity mindset. So really take time to fill up your own cup and be whole, because the more whole you are, the more abundance is going to flow through. So set boundaries, do what you love, but set boundaries. Like, don't have people say like, hey, at this time I'm shutting my phone off. Like, you're not going to get to me. I need space for myself, because if I don't provide space for myself, then I can't be my fullest in order to help you further along your path. And that's really, if you're unable to set these boundaries, then your abundance is really going to stagnate in that aspect. And you might see a few issues about stagnation around Thursday, but really take heed and really take care of yourself and your overall health, and you'll be fine. And Page of Swords, so really being able to process things in a quicker pace than others. So while you're doing your own shadow work, while you're filling up your own cup, really take time to be like, okay, so this is just my ego talking. I'm going to cut that cord, I'm going to release that cord, and I'm going to set my own mindset and set my own goals and my own intentions and how I want my path to look like. So really hone the mind, sharpen the blade of your mind, and that's going to be a huge thing. So by the end of the week, it's like you're in this imbalance beginning of the week, but you slowly start coming into your own and really evolving and grounding yourself into, yes, this is my life purpose. This is what I'm here to do. I know it's going to be hard, but I'm going to set these goals. I'm going to set this plan. I'm going to be there for people, and I'm going to be genuinely want to support people in everything, and that's how my money is going to prosper. And then being able to hone the mind and allow it to have these positive mindsets, have these goal-oriented mindsets, and cut off the stuff that's not serving it. So the King of Swords, and you might have people, and it's more of this like masculine patriarchal energy that's saying, this isn't really realistic. Like, I just see popping the bubble. Like you have a thought bubble and somebody comes and pops it. People are going to be trying to hinder your ideas or stop your growth. And so taking time to release yourself from people, and these are more authoritative figures, and at the end of the day, it's really because they want you to remain where you are because you're of use to them, you're of value to them, but they're not willing to pay you what you're worth. So be willing to walk away from these authoritarian figures, and allow your ideas to flourish. Don't even tell them your ideas if you don't feel like it's a safe space to tell them your ideas. Keep them to yourself, because if people even have the slightest negative energy and you're not guarded against that, then it can really affect your manifestations. So if you feel guided to, some of you might need to keep these ideas to yourself. Stay away from authoritative figures and just focus on your own personal growth. And then the Lovers, so really harmonizing of the masculine and feminine energy. For some of you, this really might be a good partnership. Perhaps it is a romantic partner or prospective romantic partner that comes in and you guys are able to really make money together, which is great because the energy of money and the energy of love is very close hand in hand. Like, our energy of money is our self-worth, is our sense of safety, security, protection. And when we have a healthy relationship with that, we're more likely to have these harmonious relationships outside of ourselves. So taking time to harmonize this masculine and feminine energy within you. If you do have a partner, perhaps going into some small short-term investments together, things like that, and really being able to communicate healthfully about money and what you're willing to spend, what you're not willing to spend, create budgets for yourselves, create goals together. You don't have to share your money, but having your own goals and what you're going to put into the relationship and what they're going to put into the relationship, and this constant communication is going to be really healthy for your relationship. And Queen of Swords in reverse. So I'm seeing like this dark mother aspect. So for some of you, there is like this old mother wound that does need to be healed, that might be a little bit chaotic and crazy. And it can be like mother wound. Perhaps you had like this older female teacher or older female mentor for a while. That might just be very toxic and not for your highest good. And some of it, you know, they might not even mean to be that way. However, you've learned what you can from them, and now it's time for you to grow and move on beyond that. So really cutting that umbilical cord, perhaps doing umbilical cord meditations and saying like, you know, I am so grateful to you for everything I've learned. Now it's time for me to move on. Now it's time for me to develop and become this adult that I am and really prosper on my own. And for some people, and again, I'm really getting this motherly instinct. They don't want to let the bird out of the nest, but you have, you know what, if they're not going to kick you out of the nest, you got to jump out of the nest, okay? So really allow yourself to detach, allow yourself to mature and no longer need that motherly figure to hold on to. Be your own mother. And then, so there is this refusal to rest at some points, but take that time to rest. So this is really, again, I'm seeing this motherly figure. So perhaps they are badgering you or nagging you, or you know, they just keep going on and on and on, and you're really not taking time to release that aspect or give yourself space to develop. So really lovingly detach from them for now, okay? Lovingly detach from them. Practice loving detachment and practice being on your own 2 feet for now, because that's the way you're going to move forward. In the Ace of Wands, so like if you aren't, so if you aren't willing to detach from this, it is going to hinder your manifestations, because you aren't creating from your wholest self. You aren't creating from your fullest self, because whenever something bad happens, excuse me, you're going back to that apron. You're going back to that safe spot. Um, and so stop going back to what's comfortable. Keep moving forward through the discomfort, past this, trials and tribulations, because it's going to seem hard and it's going to seem bleak, and you're like, okay, why aren't things growing? Why aren't things happening? But guys, this is like a week's worth of time. You are going through this, and yes, these are extreme changes for a week, but people fail to realize how much we change within minutes. We're constantly changing. So rather than seeing the bleakness of it, and rather than running back to that comfort zone, take time to really develop yourself and allow your own flame to burn. So for a minute, it might seem like, and this is like Saturday, Sunday-ish, so it might seem like, okay, like, I just let go of so much. Now, where's my stuff? You gotta wait for it to grow still. Because, like, it's like pulling out a thick weed and then planting a tiny seed where that weed was, okay? It's gonna take time to fill that gap. So allow that time to ruminate and percolate. And this is for the long run. This isn't, we're doing a lot of stuff in a week, but this is for the long run. And so then we got this 3 of coins in reverse. Yeah, so be careful with your money. Just sit back and plan things out. Plan things. If some of you, it might feel like you're lost in the woods now. After all this energy clearing, after cutting boundaries, cutting ties with people who aren't helping you, it might feel like you're lost in the woods for a little bit. But really, this is your time to go within and meditate and allow your intentions to set within you. Allow them to be ingrained in your DNA so you can move forward. We're still in the depths of winter, even though it's a new lunar year. We're still in the depths of winter. So take time to really allow things to settle, to be released, and new seeds to stay within that hibernation phase. I'm seeing like, you're like this tiny seed underneath a tree, and these giant trees really do help keep these tiny tree seeds warm and safe during winter. But you can't grow during winter. You just got to stay warm. So keep yourself stay warm. Keep your eyes fixed on the prize. Make little movement only when you're divinely guided to. And then once you start doing that, it'll be time. So we got this 3 of Wands here. So it'll be time to really go forth and explore. And this is in the oncoming weeks where you're going to be able to go forth and explore, but allowing yourself this rest period, allowing yourself to be in this hibernation mode so spirit can fuse into you, so you can integrate everything that you've learned throughout winter and throughout the previous seasons. So then you'll be able to flourish and fly forth. Okay, so it's going to be a very slow process. It's going to feel like it's dragging on this week, okay? But that's because you're cutting any remaining cords. You're really seeing like, okay, these people are here for me, these people aren't here for me, and knowing your value, releasing and setting boundaries, and really being there to be an open ear for people and be a safe space for people. So take your time, be patient with yourself, be patient with the process, because we do have that Hierophant there. So you are going to learn this wisdom and be able to flourish within this new life path. And our final message for today is mirror. So really being observant of who or what is triggering you and saying, okay, why is this triggering me? What's the lesson here that I am to learn? So when you feel triggered this week, just ask, what's the lesson? Am I willing to release this and move on? Am I willing to learn from this situation? And really detach emotionally. And it should be a yes. A yes would be wonderful, guys. And maybe it's just a not yet. Like, there's still some learning I need to do, and that's okay too. But really just being aware that everything that comes to you is a mirror, is there to teach you a lesson. And once you're ready to move on from the lesson, then just get up and walk away. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. Have a wonderful week. Take care.